I meant what I said about your upper thigh.
All right, folks, if you saw the video that we did about Grease's top pours of the moment, what he's reaching for, what his go-to whiskeys are, this is my version of it. I'm going to go through the 5 whiskeys of the moment for me, what I'm reaching for on the regular, and yeah, I'll introduce you to my little bag of tricks.
You thought my top 5 were great.
They were really
not
good.
top. We don't want to say top 5.
It's what you're reaching for. Yeah, I said in the other video, it's a snapshot of your whiskey journey at the moment, like where you're sitting at. It's people always ask the question, what's your favorite whiskey, right? Yeah. And you never have an answer because you're always drinking a lot of different things. You're trying stuff new, but there is always things that you're reaching for more than others at that particular time. Then you may run out of the bottle, or you may decide you're not wanting a rye at the moment or something like that, and it changes. So we're going to do these periodically. We're going to update them. But right now, these are the 5, and I got them. I went to my whiskey shelves, and the ones that were still out are the ones that I'm going back to. I haven't replaced in wherever it came from on the shelf.
Yeah, so your side table situation.
Exactly. So I knew
you've got this one spot that you love. Well, it's a good spot.
It's a good spot.
It's got a good leather couch situation.
Yeah.
You used to have some headphones that matched it.
Well, I still own them.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you use them at all?
Yeah, of course.
You listen to some
records,
like David Allen
some
Coe?
vinyl. No.
What do you listen to when you drink whiskey? That would be a fun
That's
video.
a little private. Maybe we'll have to do it for a video.
Is it some Marvin Gaye? Let's get it
Depends on what whiskey I'm drinking. All right, I'm going to go through my 5 whiskeys of the moment, what I'm reaching for.
I can't wait to judge you.
So go for it. You can judge. I'm going to go ahead and pull out. This is one that's probably going to be surprising to lead off with, but I've found myself going back to it. This is actually the 2nd bottle I've owned of it, and it's getting a lot of good marks. It's being reviewed very well, but this is the George Dickle 8-year bourbon whiskey. This is a age-stated 8-year bourbon. It's 90 proof. It doesn't have the minerality that you're used to on George Dickle. Well,
they don't charcoal filter it, do they?
I'm pretty sure they charcoal filter it. Yeah, it says that's charcoal chill filtered. So right there on the bottle, Grease. Yeah. So it's I think it's really good. I think it's a really good pour. It's 90 proof.
So based on that,
and it's available.
Jack Daniels is bourbon.
This is like people don't even really argue over that anymore.
No, they don't.
Chris Fletcher said on our show, Jack Daniels is a bourbon.
Yeah, but they don't call it that because
it's branding.
Tennessee pride, baby.
So they do make Tennessee whiskey at George Dickle.
I understand that.
That's all sidebar. Yeah. So this is my first one, 8-year age stated. It tastes really good. I'm a big fan of it. So that's one I've been finding myself reaching for quite often, especially if I don't want something super high proof. It's 90 proof and got a lot of good flavor.
Dude, that's a solid pick.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So,
and I mean, you can find it everywhere. Economically priced.
Absolutely. I think it's like $30, $35. So this one is a little bit harder to find, but still in that same price range, a little bit more proof. And this is actually a sealed bottle. So you're going to be like, wait a second, I thought you said you're drinking it. This is Weller Antique, 107 proof, wheated bourbon.
That's reason this one
is sealed because I am currently drinking on a handle of it that I got from our buddy Joe B that I've been drinking through. And so I didn't want to lug the whole handle over here.
That's a flex.
But it is a flex. So I have a sealed bottle. So don't call me out and be like, you clearly have drank none of that and it's still sealed. I have been drinking a lot of Weller Antique. I love the flavor. I've always been a big fan of it. It's been one of my favorite bourbons of all time. But it is harder to come by. Since I had that handle, I have felt a little bit more liberated to go back to it many times. And that's what I've been doing. And that handle's almost gone. So this video will change.
Yeah. So because you love that whiskey so much, are you in August, are you going to still have that whiskey or are you almost out right now? And you're going to have to move on.
I'll probably be done with the handle by the time we do the video again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll have to curveball it.
Yeah.
Sidecar? Sidebar.
All right. So then the next one I've got, this is one I've talked about quite a bit on the show. This is a single barrel pick from Red Dog here in Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh, you love this.
And this is the Old Soul single barrel. This is a high rye bourbon. Old Soul from Cathead Distillery in Jackson, Mississippi. It's delicious. It's a barrel entry proof 125, but it's bottled at 109 proof. It's a single barrel. It's I believe 6 years old. So it's delicious, really good. 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley, and it's MGP sourced, but it's got a raw quality. It's got a lot of earthiness. You can really tell that the heat in Jackson, Mississippi does something different to the single barrel. So I've probably been through
it just hits different
6 bottles of this.
Oh yeah, no,
like I've easily gone through personally a case of this, and it's actually on sale right now in Red Dog. It's $39, so that's a really good deal on that. So I've picked up a few more of that. So I really like that one. That's a bourbon of the moment for me.
Just make that a club.
Next, I've got another wheated bourbon, and these have been ones I've been a fan of ever since they did the 10-year bourbon single barrel release. I became a fan of this line and have always talked about even how good the 100 proof is. But they started doing the Distillers collection of Rebel bourbon a couple years ago, maybe just last year. And so the single barrel picks of these, I got quite a few from Lincoln Road down in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And this is their Lincoln Road package number 4. So they've done 4 barrels of this. They're all at a standardized 113 proof of these single barrels, but they are barrel picks. It is a wheated bourbon, so it's 113 proof wheater. Really good. Bang for your buck. It's about $50. Solid. You don't feel bad about drinking through bottles pretty quick because they're very palatable at 113 proof. But yeah, me and our buddy Owen loves those as well. We always talk about how good they are. So that's just another solid pickup. You're seeing a lot of them in stores these days that I'm a big fan.
Yeah. The stats on it mirror very close to Weller Full Proof.
Sure.
You obviously can't find Weller Full Proof easily. It's probably not going to be, your daily. Right. In a situation like that, but that's a great alternative.
Good, solid pour, especially if there's a barrel pick. You can probably get a few bottles from a store.
Yeah.
It's not one that they're tightly controlling the supply of. And so the store is going to be happy with you for picking up multiples of their store pick. And it's something you can drink on. Even though it is higher proof in the summer, it's still going to drink pretty easily. Mm-hmm. And also you can make a killer high proof old fashioned with that.
Right.
So
now I will say these are hit or miss. However, Lincoln Road,
I've not had a bad one of those. With the Ezra Brooks, I've had some that are hit or miss of the Distillers collection. But with those, I personally have loved every one that I've had.
I just had one that had zero finish to me. It was just gone. Okay. It was good on the palate. Yeah. It just I value the length of an experience when I'm.
Do you now? You do. All right, and so my 5th whiskey of the moment, because this is not a bourbon, so I'm not going to say bourbon of the moment. I'm curious, I didn't pick any ryes, which I just grabbed what I've been drinking, and I'm a big rye fan.
I'm trying to think of a recent rye that you've.
I mean, I love rye.
You and your wife have midwinters.
We do drink a lot of midwinters, but I have to be very careful with it because
it'll be gone quick.
Well, also she'll get mad at me if I drink a lot of it. Right. So that's fair. So this is a local distillery. This is Leeper's Fork Distillery. This is their cask strength single barrel. And this is a Tennessee whiskey. This one is from Westside Wine and Spirits out in West Haven. I had one from Red Dog here in Franklin. So they're really good. They're pricey. They're about $100.
This is so dark.
This is 5-year whiskey. It was.
This does not look like 5 years.
Barrel entry proof is lower. It's 110 proof. 106.3 proof is what the bottle is. 70% corn, 15% rye, 15% malted barley, and it just tastes like brown sugar and goodness.
Pancakes,
yeah,
like caramelized pancakes.
That right there, man.
Is that a note?
Caramelized pancakes. I'm into it.
Yeah, I know. I'm
salted caramel pancakes.
This is very different.
So I've had a couple single barrels. They are expensive, but I think they're worth it. It's supporting a local distillery that makes really good whiskey.
What are we talking about? It's expensive. $80?
It's about $100 bottle. So now this is my more luxury bottle I've been drinking on recently, but I go to it frequently, and I have a couple of these single barrel bottles. So I am able to spread it around amongst and I got 2 of them as gifts, and 1 I bought myself. So I didn't go all in on that, but because I have them, I've been going back and forth between them. I love them. I think they're good, but it's a little bit of a splurge bottle if you're looking at it that way. So,
and I don't know if you said this earlier, but something unique is they harvest all of their grains like on their farm.
Yeah, it says on the cork, it says grain to glass.
Like literally,
it's really
they
cool.
Control every element of it. Super cool.
Right here in Williamson County, Tennessee.
I mean, 15 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So beautiful property. We did an event there with Eat Y'all, where we had like a 5-course meal or something.
There's a great dinner and whiskey and cocktails.
And the master distiller, Lee, he sat by us.
Owner as well.
Owner, and owner. He sat by us, and I just offered him, I was like, hey, man, do you want some Kentucky Owl bourbon? And I think it was like batch 8 or something. I had it in a flask, and he was like, you have Kentucky Owl in your flask? And I was like, I like to take nice things in my flask. Yeah. Like if I'm going to an event.
He's like, weird flex, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not throwing freaking Dickle 8-year bourbon in it. You know what I mean?
Why not?
I'm going to
drink more of it.
Well, yeah, I know, but I like to share things.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing at Whiskey Weekend. Like if you come up and ask me at Whiskey Weekend, hey, can I have something out of your flask? It's going to have something crazy and unique in it. And I just pour it for people.
There you go.
It's like a little Easter egg, little Whiskey Weekend Easter egg.
So to recap, my 5 whiskeys of the moment are Dickle 8-year age-stated bourbon, Weller Antique 107, Old Soul single barrel, Rebel Distillers Collection, and Leeper's Fort Distillery single barrel cast strength. Come to Tennessee and get you some of these because I don't think that they're distributed out of the state as of right now, but go visit the fine folks down at Leeper's Fork.
That's an interesting take with the Leapers, Will. It's like it's your daily, but like you're going to have like a half an ounce at the time because you're savoring it. It's an expensive bottle.
But it's definitely, I mean, the entire point of this is what are we drinking right now? What's the snapshot into our whiskey journey? And these are 5 they were right there. So I grabbed them because that's what I'm drinking on.
I love that you're flexing so hard with a handle of OWA and a $100 Leaper's Fork.
You know?
For your dailies.
Some people are fancy.
That is what I do know about you.
Support our whiskey habit and our $100 bottles.
Yeah, buy Will some more Leapers.
Going to patreon.com/thepodcast. Hey, check the link below in the description because it has the link to Grease's video of his top 5 whiskeys of the moment. Also, go ahead and leave a comment below about what 5 whiskeys you're drinking currently.
Yes.
And, that's something to take with you to a party. If you're going, people are like, oh, you're into whiskey? Well, what's your favorite? And you're like, well, here's what I'm drinking right now. What else can they do to support us, Grease?
You can go to oakandthieves.com to check out our single barrel program where we pick freaking crazy good whiskeys from all over the United States with our buddies James and Bob from BS and Bourbon. It's a new venture, and we're very excited about it. We're in our 2nd month of doing that. And go ahead and just like and subscribe if you're new to our channel. That would be amazing. If you're existing to our channel, please hit that like button. We really appreciate that, and that's free for you to do. And it really goes a long way to support our video content.
Thanks, everyone, and we'll revisit these in the future video.